Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 9 of the Cookielele build project. So in the previous episode, part 8, I'd shown you what I'd done in the missing video. Painted the necks, put the tuner post caps on the headstock, and the base plate at the bottom end of the bodies to attach the strings to relieve some of the tension on the top of the body. So I said at the end of that one, I wasn't sure what we were going to be doing next. Oh, excuse me, it's so hot in here. But I know now what we're going to be doing. So the next stage now is to engrave my logo on the top of the headstock. Plural. So still using my original small laser engraver, but it just seems to work so well. I am going to get an upgrade, but I won't get rid of this one because it is good. So I've done an engraving on a test piece of wood. And there it is. I think it's come out rather nice. Get some light on it, there we go. So that's what I'm going to be putting on the tops of the headstocks. And let me just turn the camera around. So on the other side of the workshop now, and that's my setup. Just put the camera down a bit. Be careful not to switch it off. Okay, so so this is the ukulele. I've got it mounted on a block to raise it up so that the headstock is level, flat. And got my laser engraver here with the extension legs on and on top of a polystyrene box, because where I've got this thing raised up, it needs to be at the right height. So I'm going to start to set it up now. So I've got my tablet here, which has got the app on it. It's going to be a bit awkward for me. I've kind of got to do everything the wrong way around. Well, let's not show you my pin number. Okay, so when I go into the app, I've got a list of engraving methods, pictures, material, which is pictures that are built into the app. You can write text, you can take photos with the camera, you can draw basically by hand, or even insert a QR code. So I'm going to go into pictures, and right, let me switch on my mouse and my keyboard. It's just easier and quicker with these, that's kind of why I got them. Okay, so that's the pictures. Going to scroll down now, right to the bottom, and it's that one I want. Then click on completed. So there it is, it comes up RoJoBe on the screen. So I'll go to next step. That's contrast, don't need to adjust that. Next step. So now, you can't really see it, but at the bottom of the screen, it's asking for measurements, width and height. So from my sample piece, I know that I need the width at 50 mil. So, oops, why is that not working? Okay, 1 minute. There we go. Okay, 50 mil. So we've got 50 mil width and 18 mil height. Okay, so now there's a little icon down here, probably can't see it. It says regional targeting. So when I click on that, let me just put that down out of the way, and I'm going to click on that button and zoom in to my engraver. Camera up a little bit. Okay, so when I now click on that icon, you can see the laser starting to move around. So it's going in a rectangle motion, and that's going to be where the engraving happens. So now I can make adjustments, move that out a little bit, so that I can now line up where it's going to do the engraving. That looks pretty close right now. Just move that up a touch. No, wrong way. Moving it down, not up. Okay, that's quite close. It's got to go. Which way? This way a touch. Okay, so I've got to make sure everything is lined up where it needs to be. And it's looking good right now. Okay, so I click on that icon again and that stops. So now you can see the laser dot is stopped in the middle of the headstock there. So what I need now is, if I can find it, what's that one? It's just basically just a piece of paper for focusing. I can't find it now. I bet it's buried under there. Okay, not to worry. I can use a different one. That's fine. So it's a test piece of card that comes with the kit. So I just place that on top of the engraving area, and now I can adjust the focus of the laser, get it sort of pinpoint. Looks about right. Okay, so I'll remove that card now. Okay, I'm just going to hit that icon again, make sure nothing moved. Looks good. Okay, so that's all lined. I'm happy with how that's lined up. So now on the screen I go next step, and from here, let me just show you, I can adjust, well I can put in what kind of material is. I leave it on cork because it seems to work alright. I can adjust laser power and engraving speed. So I leave the power on 100% and I take the engraving speed down to 70%. Let me just adjust that. Okay, so engraving power 100%, engraving speed 70%. And then at the top of the screen I've got an icon in the top corner there that says start. So when I hit on that, guess what? It will start. But before I do that, I've got this shield which I'm just going to put in place for my purposes. It won't make any difference to you. Just to protect my protect my eyes against the laser. I've got this to go on before. Why is it not working now? Right, that's about right. So I hit start and it starts. Uploading and it starts. And the shield falls off. I'm going to leave that. So now what we've got to come up on screen is over here. You probably can't see it, but it says engraving progress. It's currently at 4%. So that shows me, you know, what the progress is. So I'm going to leave it all well alone right now. And just put that. Okay, that's fine for now. Where is it? Okay, I'll leave that. I just won't look at it. Okay, so let's just turn you away from there now. You don't need to watch that engraving for the next 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to turn my attention now back to the other ukulele. Let me just sort this camera out. Okay, so I'll go and get the other one now. Okay, so kind of at the stage now where I want to sand the neck. So I'm basically preparing it for the linseed oil. So we'll just angle down a bit. This isn't going to be particularly exciting, but I'm just, so that the front of the headstock I've already done because I wanted to, put these caps on and get it ready for engraving. So I'm just going to sand the back of the neck, back of the headstock and the sides here very lightly with some 1000 grit. This is just to smooth it off. I don't want to take any paint off. It's quite thin. I mean, I did only put 2 layers of paint on this, and it seemed to be absolutely fine like that. So I'm just giving it a very light sanding just to make it smooth. Not really taking anything off at all, just obviously when you paint something it ends up a little bit rough to the touch, and that's the last thing you want on a neck. So just giving it a light sanding. Okay, so that engraving is up to 14%. It'll probably take 15, maybe 20 minutes, I guess. Hope it comes out all right. Let me just check it. Yeah, it's looking good at the moment. Yeah, so as I said, I'm not trying to take any paint off of this neck with the sanding. I'm just removing the roughness, just making it nice and smooth. I mean, it's not going to get lacquered or anything like that. Otherwise, it would need to be, glass smooth. I'm not going for that finish. As with most of my projects, I'm going to finish it with boiled linseed oil. It's quick, simple, effective, and it obviously protects the wood as well. I think that's probably good. Let's just check. A little bit. Still need to do a little bit around the heel there. Okay, that'll do. That's good enough. Right, so now I'm going to give it a coat of my precious boiled linseed oil. Probably just need 1 coat for this. I may go a second one, I don't know yet. Right, bit of cloth. Just dab a little bit of oil on the cloth. And, okay, I'll start with the front headstock face, as it were. Try not to get any in this slot where the nut's going to go, because obviously that will need to be glued. I'm not in a good place for lighting at the moment, to be honest. For you or for me. Right, so that's the headstock done. Going to do the actual neck now. It doesn't matter too much if I get some of this on the body, it will wipe off. No problem. How's that looking? Pretty good. Right, so I'm going to put some on the fretboard as well. And on the bridge. Might need to dab more on the cloth. Dang, it's hot in here. So I still haven't got my air condition yet. It's going to have to wait until the budget will allow, which is not yet. So I'm also going to put a little bit on this end plate that I put on as well, just carefully, just in case the paint is still a little bit soft. Okay. So now I'll put the lid back on the oil before I spill all that. Okay, so another cloth to wipe off the excess. Looking good. Okay. The light here this side is terrible. I can't see a thing. Yeah, that's good. Happy with that. Make sure I get the smears off the body. Okay, that's looking pretty good. You're not really going to see that. The light, as I said, the light's awful this side. So that's the whole of the neck, the bridge and that end plate oiled, and the fretboard. Might take just a little drop more on that fretboard, a couple of dry areas. Are a bit greasy as well, so this will need another wipe over before the final build. With a clean cloth, not one that's covered in oil. Yeah, that's good. Happy with that. Right, let's see where this engraving is up to. It's probably about halfway by now. Oh dear, I think I might have lost the screen. Never mind. Yeah, I have. It's looking like it's about halfway. Okay, so when that one has finished engraving, I'll be doing this one exactly the same. And then oil the neck on that first one that I'm engraving right now. So, you know, it's kind of an alternating process. This light is awful. But yeah, it's looking really good. Very happy with that. Very happy. Okay, so as I said, at the stage now of engraving the headstocks and oil, putting on the boiled linseed oil. Now, after this process, the engraving and the boiled linseed oil, I'm almost at the end. Let me think, what other things do I have to do? Yeah, final build really. So hopefully part 10 will be basically the final build of at least one of them, and you know, see how they sound and how they hold up to the string tension. So that will be coming next. In the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other, and we will see you soon. Peace out.